crispy potato on the outside packed with flavorful ground beef on the inside. I'm so excited because today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite potato chop recipe. Hi, you're watching Plating with Wendy, where I share with you recipes which impress with ease. These classic Goan delights are my family's favorites, and trust me, they disappear in minutes. So let's get started. To a heated skillet, we're going to pour in 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and to that, let's add half of a finely chopped large onion, which is approximately 1 cup. Now that the onions are nice and translucent, we're going to toss in 1 finely chopped tomato, which is approximately half a cup. Let's continue sauteing it till the tomatoes turn soft. Now for some nice earthy flavors, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of garlic paste and 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. And for a kick of spice, we're going to add 1 finely chopped green chili. Let's saute that together. For some traditional spices, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili powder, half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. Now let's saute this all together till the spices get well blended and lose their raw flavor. To this, let's add 500 grams of ground beef and season it with 1 teaspoon of salt. Using the wooden spatula, let's break down the ground beef and mix it all together. Alternatively, you could use ground chicken, shrimp, or even mixed vegetables if you liked. To balance the flavors, I like to add 2 teaspoons of sugar and 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Now let's give this a stir and allow the flavors to blend. Now that the beef has cooked, let's finish it off with a pop of color, crunch and flavor by adding 1/4 cup of finely chopped red bell peppers and 1 tablespoon of finely chopped cilantro. We're going to mix this all together, and after about a minute, we're going to take it off the heat. Now that our mince is ready, we're going to keep it aside to cool, and we're going to prepare the potatoes for the potato chops. We're going to go in with 1.5 kilo of potatoes, and we're going to peel them, chop them, wash them and boil them. A quick tip to save some time here is to cut up the potatoes into smaller bits before we put them to boil. We're going to place the potatoes in a pot to boil with the water level just above the potatoes. We're going to season the potatoes with 1 tablespoon of salt and give it a stir. Once the potatoes are soft enough for a knife to pierce through, we know they are done. Let's drain them and place them into a bowl. Now let's mash the potatoes down while they're nice and hot because it's so much easier. I'm using a potato masher, but you could use a ricer or you could even use a fork. Now just for ease, we created a lovely workstation to make the potato chops. We've got the mashed potato, the ground beef, some all-purpose flour. This is of course optional, but I prefer to use it. And we're going to use 2 eggs, which we're going to just beat up. And some breadcrumbs. I think we can start with about 1.5 cups. We're going to start by taking a scoop of the mashed potato, and we're going to flatten it in the palm of our hand and place a spoonful of the ground beef in the center. And now we're going to bring the potato to the center to cover the ground beef. Now I like to roll it in the all-purpose flour because it creates a nice dry surface which helps the egg to cling on better. Shake off the excess. We're going to dip it into the egg and very gently with the fork we're going to roll it around so it gets well coated with the egg. And now let's shake off the excess egg. And now we're going to roll it in the breadcrumbs. We're going to make sure that every portion of it is covered with the breadcrumbs. I like to use a butter knife to help shape it, gently pressing it so that the breadcrumbs stick to the egg. Wow, look at that, our perfectly shaped potato chop. Now let's place it in a plate and prepare the rest before we fry them. To get that nice crunchy coating, we're going to deep fry the potato chops. We're going to fill enough oil in a medium pot to be able to deep fry the potato chops. And when a wooden skewer inserted in it brings bubbles to the surface of the oil, we know it's hot enough. Now that the oil is nice and hot, let's place in 2 potato chops at a time to fry. And we're gently going to turn them around so that they get evenly fried on all sides. And once they turn nice and crispy and golden brown, we're going to take them out, shake off the excess oil, and place them on a wire rack. We're going to repeat the process till we fry all our delicious potato chops. And look how crispy that is. Oh my goodness! Wow, these look so tempting and delicious. I'm telling you, if you make them, they're going to be your family's favorite too. Now let's give it a taste. Oh wow, so crispy on the outside. Hey, and before I go, if you enjoy my videos and love my recipes and haven't subscribed already, subscribe and hit on that bell icon to be notified every time I upload a new video. And while you're at it, hit on that like button and leave me your comments below. Thanks for watching. See you soon.